Hi boys and girls! Earlier on in the month of March, we read the story Owen and Chrysanthemum that were both written and illustrated by Kevin Henkes. Today, to continue our author study, I will be reading the story Wemberly Worried, written and illustrated by Kevin Henkes. So right here we have the front cover, the back cover, and the spine. Then the title page, and remember that usually has the title and the author, illustrator, and a picture. Wemberly Worried by Kevin Henkes. Wemberly worried about everything. Big things. I wanted to make sure you were still here. Little things, when she spills her juice. And things in between. Mama, what if I shrink? Wemberly worried in the morning, and she worried at night, and she worried throughout the day. You worry too much, said her mother. When you worry, I worry, said her father. Worry, 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 said her grandmother. Too much worry. At home, Wemberly worried about the tree in the front yard. What if it falls on our house? In the crack in the living room, what if it gets bigger and something comes out of it? In the mouse. In the noise that the radiators made. At the playground, Wemberly worried about the chains on the swings and the bolts on the slides and the bars on the jungle gym. And always, she worried about her doll, Petal. Shouldn't Petal have a car seat too? I found her, sweetie. Oh, I'll wait for you, Petal. Petal's in the washing machine, and Wemberly's waiting for her. Don't worry, said her mother. Don't worry, said her father. But Wemberly worried. She worried and worried and worried. When Wemberly was especially worried, she rubbed Petal's ears. Wemberly worried that if she didn't stop worrying, Petal would have no ears left at all. On her birthday, Wemberly worried that no one would come to her party. See, said her mother, there is nothing to worry about. Look how many friends came to her birthday party. How do you think Wemberly feels that everyone showed up? I think she's happy. This is the best present ever. But then Wemberly worried that there wouldn't be enough cake. On Halloween, Wemberly worried that there would be too many butterflies in the neighborhood parade. See, said her father, there was nothing to worry about. So her father says there's nothing to worry about because she's the only one who's dressed up as a butterfly. But then Wemberly worried because she was the only one. You worry too much, said her mother. When you worry, I worry, said her father. Worry, 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 said her grandmother. Too much worry. Soon, Wemberly had a new worry. School. Wemberly worried about the start of school more than anything she had ever worried about before. By the time the first day arrived, Wemberly had a long list of worries. What if no one else has spots? What if no one else wears stripes? What if no one else brings a doll? What if the teacher is mean? What if the room smells bad? What if they make fun of my name? What if I can't find the bathroom? What if I hate the snack? What if I have to cry? Don't worry, said her mother. Don't worry, said her father. But Wemberly worried. She worried, worried, and worried. She worried all the way there. While Wemberly's parents talked to the teacher, Mr. Peachum, Wemberly looked around the room. Then, Mrs. Peachum said, Wemberly, there is someone I think you should meet. Her name was Jewel. She was standing by herself. She was wearing stripes. She was holding a doll. So here's Wemberly, and if you notice, She has a dress with stripes, and she also has a doll. And there's Jewel, who's wearing stripes, and she also has a doll. Do you think the two of them will become friends? Let's see. At first, Wemberly and Jewel just peeked at each other. "This is Petal," said Wemberly. "This is Niblet," said Jewel. Petal waved, and Niblet waved back. "Hi," said Petal. "Hi," said Niblet. "I rub her ears," said Wemberly. "I rub her nose," said Jewel. Throughout the morning, Wemberly and Jewel sat side by side and they played together whenever they could. Petal and Niblet sat side by side too. Wemberly worried, but no more than usual, and sometimes even less. Before Wemberly knew it, it was time to go home. So Wemberly stopped worrying. Who helped her stop worrying? It was Jewel. "Come back tomorrow," called Miss Peachum as the students walked out the door. Wemberly turned and smiled and waved. "I will," she said. "Don't worry." Now that Wemberly's made a new friend, Jewel, how does she feel? She seems to be much happier than at the beginning of the school day. There they are, dancing. So Wemberly worried a lot, and she worried about different things. Do you remember the one thing she worried about more than anything? That's right, she worried about starting school. But when she became friends with Jewel, they had so much fun together, they forgot to worry. So with the help of our friends and families, we can help overcome our fears. After listening to the story, please tell Mom or Dad or your aunt and uncle who the main character was, where the story took place, which is the setting, and share with them what your favorite part of the story was. Also, tell Mom or Dad or your aunt and uncle if this book was fiction or non-fiction and why. Remember that fiction books are made up. There are things in fiction books that can't really happen, but non-fiction books have real information and real facts. Thanks for listening.